interviews, and Dr. Woods, any speakers that you'd like to speak, you're welcome to share your words. Roberta would be on one side.
Yeah, Miss Birdie, my story wouldn't be complete if I didn't ask you again. A little bit about me. I've covered this like the fifth time I've covered this story.
Okay, great.
Miss Birdie has been in every single one of my interviews. I see her and I find her and I go, Miss Birdie, it's time. But anyway, just need to be a little bit closer to me. It's okay for us here. Okay, so right to Smith, can I have you say and spell your first and last name?
Sure. My name's Nick Steiner, NAACP.
And then can I have you state your title as well?
Sure. I'm a staff attorney at NAACP.
Wonderful. So my first question, I know kind of obvious, but what is your feeling after today's kind of verdict?
Yeah, so we're really hopeful. The judge decided to give the defendant 2 weeks to come up with a plan to fix their unlawful voting rights system, or their election system, excuse me. So in 2 weeks' time, hopefully the judge will find that the system is unlawful, violates the Voting Rights Act of 1965, and order the defendant to produce or institute a remedial plan that corrects 200 years worth of disenfranchisement for the Black community in Federalsburg.
So there's a lot of talk about having an issue with this staggered system. I know everyone is shaking their heads right now, so I must be correct. What is the goal with this? Why is it such a problem? I know, but could you tell us to the camera, tell people at home, why is the staggered system such just there's no representation with it, so tell me why.
Yeah, so what the staggered system does is it allows only 2 members of the town council to be elected at any election. So in 2023, September this year, there will be 2 council members up for election, and then the other 2 will be up for election in 2025. What that does here, under their plan, their current plan, is that it will create a system where from 2023 to 2025, there will be 3 white majority district people on the town council, while the Black community only gets 1. That continues the vote dilution that has been part of this whole case. From the very beginning, we've been challenging vote dilution of the Black community's right to their fundamental right to vote. And the plan that they have currently continues to do until 2025. And what the Voting Rights Act requires is that a remedy cure the problem now, today, not in 2025, today.
And so I know that was, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I know that was one of the purposes for today's hearing, but briefly, what was the purpose of today?
So today, the judge was hearing argument essentially about whether the case was moot. Moot meaning that the defendant has done something enough legally to get the case through. That does not seem to be the case today, and so the judge is ordering them to produce a plan that does comply with the Voting Rights Act and is racially fair. And so we'll wait and see in 2 weeks. We'll have our expert demographer take a look at their whatever plan they produce to make sure that it complies. And hopefully in 2 weeks you'll hear from us again.
Right, because one of the issues was the fact that the resolution did not have any map attached to it, nor a plan of actually saying this is where a majority Black community lives, and this is where a majority white community lives. Correct?
Yes, that's correct. There was no election plan attached to this resolution that they're saying is on this case. And without an election plan, there's no way we can evaluate whether or not it does in fact comply with the Voting Rights Act.
And so, speaking 2 weeks ahead, what is the plan moving forward? What are we preparing for the next 2 weeks when I see all of you again?
Well, hopefully in 2 weeks we'll hear again from the judge, and Judge Gallagher did say that she would be issuing some larger ruling that encompasses everything. So we're really looking forward to hearing what the judge has to say.
But in the end, just really getting that equality and that representation that is so desperately needed.
Yes, it has been decades, and in this bicentennial year of the town's history, it's time that the legacy that Federalsburg has had of having an all-white government for the past 200 years is changed for the better and allows the Black community to actually elect representatives of their choice, two representatives of their choice to the town council.
And then my last question, I'm sorry, I know this has been a little bit of a long interview for you, but is there kind of any fear going into these 2 weeks? I know that you said there's a lot of hope, but is there any fear of anything getting messed up or I'm not sure if you have anything for that.
So the town does have to produce some plan that will remedy the Voting Rights Act violations that they've committed. We have an expert demographer. I'm confident that whatever plan they produce can be evaluated by that demographer, and we can get a plan that actually works for Federalsburg and one that works for the Black community.
That is it for me, unless there's anything else you wanted to add.
Not for me.
Okay, thank you so much.
And it's really important to also hear from the plaintiffs about the problem.
Yes.
So please include them in this story.
Yes, yeah.
Thanks.
Who's next?
I just hope that the town of Felton. I just hope that the town of Felton today, with the judge that gave them 2 weeks to get their act together and tell the truth and be truthful to us. So they got 2 weeks to get their act together.
I'm the U.S. President of the Caroline County NAACP, and we are very encouraged by the opportunity today to present the case for the Federalsburg residents and to also hear the perspective that the judge has taken at this point to allow them, first of all, acknowledge and recognize too that there are some aspects of unlawful in the process that's currently in place, and to allow an opportunity for them to present the plan that is fair, that is really so fair, that really remedies the issue. And so we're looking forward to the opportunity and of course to judge and others who have to look at this and to see if the fact that seriously addressing the issues.
I like that you said seriously addressing these issues. You guys know seriously they need to address it. Anyone else who would like to say something? If I could have you before you speak, say and spell your first and last name for me.
Willie Flowers, W-I-L-L-I-E-F-O-W-E-R-S.
And then your title is please.
President NAACP State. No, I just want to encourage, I'm excited by the actions of the trial and all the plaintiffs and the council, as well as the ACLU support in this. But more importantly, I think this sends a message that this antiquated at-large structure in Maryland or anywhere else, that day is over. When you have the reality of new population in a town or in a district, you just have to carve out the districts differently so you can have representation, going back to one person, one vote, so that voice can be heard in any of those. So, thank everybody who came here, particularly the plaintiffs, because they've been dealing with things in some cases all their lives. So, great plaintiffs.
And so you kind of, sorry, I'm going to keep you here for one more question. You kind of brought up a new question that kind of popped into my head, which was, do you hope that this case, I know a lot of discussion was kind of surrounded by a Baltimore County case. And I kind of grew up in Baltimore County, so I was I was very familiar with it actually. After today's case, and then hopefully in 2 weeks, do you hope that this brings and gets so much attention that this kind of...
I hope we've been looking for a case like this because there are so many towns and even legislative districts that don't have representation. Counties that use this at-large tactic to dilute the vote. So I hope the message goes out that everybody has to have a plan. It was revealed that this Federalsburg didn't have a plan, which is not you have a plan that speaks to one person doing one group, and so that there's parity in any election.
And this kind of spearheads more discussion and hopefully some more representation in other counties and other towns, correct?
I wish this could be a case for the entire state, so that this at-large reality doesn't happen anymore. But there are towns in this state that have at-large elections. There are counties that have them, and it doesn't get representation. So hopefully we can use this as an example of what needs to happen everywhere else. We have St. Mary's County, Harford County, Charles County has a situation. So all of these districts should change and give balance so that there can be representation.
While you're fighting for representation here, it's also you're fighting for representation not only in the state but hopefully around the country as well.
There are other states that have. Alabama did this in 1990, and it triggered balance of districts in every county, every town, and every district in the state. So every district had representation as balance. So it just doesn't happen.
That is it for me, unless there's anything else you want to add. Mr. Snowden? I'm actually going to stand. Oh, well, I guess. Actually, it's oh, you cannot.
This phone?
Okay. Cool. I was going to say on this side, but never mind. Anyway, I want to ask you, how did you think today went?
This is a huge victory for the NAACP, ACLU, and people who are concerned with voting rights. This is a major victory. The judge pretty much on the record said that they violated the Voting Rights Act in the year 2023. I think it's a significant and important decision. And 10 days is what the judge actually said. They have 10 days to come up with a plan. So we've gone from protest to progress in a very short period of time. I really think residents of Federalsburg should be saluted to courage to stand up, and they did, and to make it clear that the right to vote is a precious right, one that should not be denied.
I have no further questions for you. That was very well said. Anyone else?
I had one more thing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I just also wanted to add just how courageous it is for the plaintiffs in this case. The 7 Black women who stood up to this at-large system that has existed in their lifetimes, in their parents' lifetimes. It has just stood for centuries. And here we have 7 Black women who live in the community who want to do as much as they possibly can for their community. They're standing up here challenging them finally.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much.
Of
Thanks
course,
for
yeah.
coming on
Thank
this
you.
way.
Thank you all for so much for your time and for letting me cover this. So it was lovely to meet all of you. You as well back there.
Actually, we have one more. If I could, a couple of people. I have via Zoom. I have one other reporter from